Hello and welcome, fellow digital soldiers, to True Reporting. It is December 20th, and on today's podcast, we will be covering the latest QAnon posts. That's right, Q was back yesterday, put out about 4 or 5 posts that we will go through. We will also go over 2 articles, one including General Michael Flynn and the other Loretta Lynch. I also have a lot of memes to get to, so we have a jam-packed podcast. But before we hop into all of this, would you please go ahead and click that blue bell to get notifications, so when I post, you'll be the first to know. Also, please follow me on Twitter at True Reporting, and don't forget to leave a like. The more likes that this video receives, the more times it is recommended to other people, thus more eyes on the truth. With that being said, my friends, let's hop into it. This is True Reporting. So we see post 2626. Conspiracy theories against QAnon. This is what it is. It's the NBC News talking about how the conspiracy theory QAnon is falling apart because of Flynn's hearing. We see here in NBC News, we know it's deep. We know who controls the mainstream media. A year-old conspiracy theory, they say, simmering in the both far-right message boards and mainstream conservative publications that predicted former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn would be exonerated, fell apart on Tuesday at his sentencing hearing, leaving believers perplexed. The rumors, which were pushed heavily by believers in the QAnon conspiracy theory in recent days, predicted that the judge, Emmett Sullivan, would throw out Flynn's guilty plea and reprimand special counsel Robert Mueller's team for the nefarious investigating practices. So, we see there, that is the article that Q posts. The clock is ticking. When will the first alarm ring? If the Senate was the primary target, majority control, 53 to 47, when should it be activated? Executive order designated targets, plural, activated when? Ongoing investigations. There are a lot of sealed indictments, says Sarah Carter. It's all going to come out. Uranium One, the dossier, the Clinton Foundation, and that is from Steve Huffman. I have pretty good sources, says Steve Huffman. There is a reason why Steve Huffman, Sarah Carter, and John Solomon are on stage Q. So, are they going to be the messengers to us? Are they the only ones we should trust besides this board? In response to that post, Q says, why does the fake news media continuously attack, as they say, so-called only a conspiracy, nothing to see here, lonely guy behind a keyboard movement? The largest media conspiracy in the world, giving so much attention. Washington Post leading the attack. Logical thinking always wins. Don't be a sheep. Use your own thinking, right? On the next post, we see 2628. This is not another 4-year election, and this is the YouTube video of the reason Trump got elected. If you are not familiar with that video, I suggest checking that out. Listen very carefully. Power returned to the people. Long-term solutions. Panic. Q. And then the one right after that, as we see why Trump got elected, Q plus returns. D in the kill box. Day Patriots. We will have our country back. I believe 100% in my gut telling me that Q plus is the president of the United States. Please go back and look at all the Q proofs. This is a very real, powerful post right here. Thus, why I made it the thumbnail. But that is all of the Q posts. Very, just kind of straightforward with us. Just have hope. We really need to pray for Michael Flynn. That is a fact, because what occurred on Tuesday wasn't what a lot of people were hoping for. And we can check that out now. This is from Sarah Carter. I will leave the this article in the description box below. It's a very long article entailing what all occurred in the Flynn trial on Tuesday. Basically, he was attacked pretty hard by the judge and had a lot of people questioning what in the hell was going on. A lot of people were talking about treason. A lot of people say he was working with the Russians. I believe he's a real American. I believe that he is a fighter and a patriot. But I will leave that in here. But basically what it entails is that the trial did not go the way that a lot of people thought it was going to go. We thought that he would just kind of be, the charges would be dropped and he would be good to go, right? But that was not the case. Sarah Carter was actually in the courtroom. It was packed, so they had overflow rooms, and she was in one of those. So definitely check out this article entailing all of it. I'm not going to go through it because it is so long, but extremely detailed. But this one from the Gateway Pundit about Loretta Lynch is pretty short and sweet and to the point. Lawmakers Loretta Lynch forthcoming in closed-door interview answered more questions than Comey on certain topics. Former Attorney General Loretta Lynch finished up a 6-hour closed-door interview with lawmakers Wednesday evening. Loretta Lynch arrived on Capitol Hill Wednesday morning as a part of a joint investigation with the House Oversight and Government Reform Committees into the handling of the Clinton email investigation and her role in Russiagate. Lawmakers wanted to ask Loretta Lynch questions about her 2016 tarmac meeting with Bill Clinton at the Phoenix International Airport and Comey's decision to usurp the DOJ when he gave a presser exonerating Hillary Clinton on July 5th. So according to lawmakers, Loretta Lynch was much more forthcoming about her certain topics. Lynch and her lawyers weren't raising objections to questions like Comey and his lawyers did on many topics. Lawmakers said Lynch's interview was less contentious than Comey, and she and her attorneys weren't raising objections to the questions like Comey did with certain topics. So, when does a bird sing? When it is caged. This lady does not want to go to jail, and I believe that she will throw a lot of people under the bus to get her get out of jail free card. I really honestly believe that. So, with that being said, we can move into these memes. I have a lot of them. A lot of them are very detailed. So we will start from, I believe I started doing these a couple days ago. I just kind of, compile a bunch of information. So it says, 2 first ladies, one on the left is on dozens of magazine covers, including 3 on the cover of Vogue. The one on the right, who is an actual supermodel, is on none. Biased much. We can zoom in on this. This is unbelievable. Look at those ankles. My goodness. Look at the broad shoulders. Guys, if you follow me on Twitter, you can at True Reporting. She has been in the news so much. She's on like all these late night shows. She's like a regular now. Why is she still relevant? Why is Obama still relevant? I can't stand it. And Melania is so beautiful. She's like an angel. And Michael looks like he plays tight end for the Eagles. So, what is really going on? Is it biased much, as this meme says? Absolutely. And I wanted to share this with you. I am not an attorney or a judge, but I have wide access to most of the complex, somewhat similar to how a janitor would have access to a building. This was on 8chan. I am an unimportant cog that is seen but overlooked. What happened today? There is an issue that is being addressed about the Manafort trial. The court has found out that the special counsel has been manufacturing evidence, and it's like a rabbit hole. The other item, and why the entire floor was cleared, is more interesting, but something, frankly, that is above my knowledge, as I don't understand some of it. There is apparently a secret court similar to FISA that operates on a very high level of intelligence, and it issues intra-government as different parts of the government spy on each other, and are resolved in this court. Disputes and concerns are resolved in this court. An appeal from this court is rare, but it goes one of 2 judges in D.C. In D.C. court for first appeal level, and then jumps to the second appeal to a single Supreme Court judge, and finally the full Supreme Court. It is a very tight system, and the security is insane. I know nothing about the actual happening other than it's intra-governmental at a super high level CIA Department of Defense. So this is in regards to them shutting down that 5th floor in D.C. Very weird stuff. And we see a Trump tweet. It is incredible that with a very strong dollar and virtually no inflation, the outside world is blowing up around us. Paris is burning and China is way down. The Fed is even considering yet another interest rate hike. Take the victory. yeah, we're gonna. He goes up against the Fed. We're gonna have a gold-backed dollar. Get rid of this Federal Reserve fake money. I can't stand it. Welcome to hell. The elites are making fun of us at this point. I will zoom in as much as I can. One of the biggest companies in the world is advertising that 10-year-old drag queen on a massive screen in the center of Times Square. Welcome to hell. And if you can see, I know it may be a little blurry. I will zoom in. You can definitely see the pedophile symbolism on this child's forehead. And I did a podcast on it a couple days ago regarding what this entails. About a 10-year-old stripper who dances in Brooklyn. It's pretty sick. We dig the night. We dig the light. We dig QAnon. Absolutely. We don't stop, guys. We work through the day. We work through the night. Majestic 12, dark to light. CBS is part of Mockingbird Media. Clowns trafficking children for Department of Justice intelligence gathering in order to protect victims 322. And victims are all types of people, much more commonly among connected people to clowns. CST, illegal now, protected under national security. Breaking CBS. Board of Directors finds that there are grounds to terminate Leslie Moonves for cause including his willful and material misfeasance, violation of company policies, and breach of his employment contract. He will not receive a severance payment. This means the military is now actively enforcing anti-child sex trafficking operations being conducted throughout the United States. Currently, as we speak to you tonight, since it is now a law and a violation of national security to allow these organizations to exist. The tweet will be dropping in the coming days, and don't be alarmed if PEAS is used. The big heads are about to roll. Get ready to watch the unsealing. Don't miss Hannity tonight, dark to light. Majestic 12 does not endorse or support Sean Hannity or his message or guest messaging. So he's just saying that they're separate, just probably for legal reasons. So basically, a lot of that is the military is now actively enforcing child sex trafficking. Be careful, you pedophiles out there. They're going to get you. I hope they do. The Guardian, we see U.S. outrage as scandal grows over Arlington military grave mix-up. Thousands visiting wrong headstones in Virginia. Senator charged attacking for lack of explanation. What the heck is going on? The families of thousands of dead American soldiers have been mourning at the wrong graves for years. It was revealed yesterday at more than 6,000 headstones in Arlington Cemetery may have been mixed up. Senator Claire McCaskill, who is heading the Senate committee, conducted the inquiry, said, We now know that the problems with graves at Arlington may be far and more extensive than previously acknowledged. At a conservative estimate, 4,900 to almost 7,000 graves may be unmarked, improperly marked, or mislabeled on the cemetery's map. So why? A lot of people are speculating that it could be underground tunnels, and that's just speculation. But why would all these people be? Why would this all of a sudden come out now, right? And we just saw Trump visiting the Arlington Cemetery. He wasn't supposed to. It wasn't like his schedule. So very strange what's going on there. I hope more will come from that. Then we see the lady, woman, female, human, person. She's freaking out, guys. She's getting triggered. Big time triggering. And then we see here, providing for the closing of executive departments and agencies of the federal government on December 24th. By the authority vested in me, President, by the Constitution of Laws of the United States of America, I hereby ordered as follow. All executive departments and agencies of the federal government shall be closed, and their employees excused from duty on Monday, December 24th, the day before Christmas Day. So he's made an executive order on Christmas Eve that no one should work, which is really cool for us, right? So very cool stuff right here that he's talking about. It just kind of goes into detail about that. D5, D with the V, which in Roman numerals is the 5. D5 on Melania Trump's earplugs, right? That's when she went to the George H.W. Bush aircraft carrier and visited the military. Very cool. D5 could gouge the landscape, largest snow avalanche known. So, gouging the landscape. We're going to have a reset, getting rid of all of these deep state cronies. Then we can move to this. This is Macron being groomed when he was a schoolboy. The woman was his teacher. Now she is his wife. Unbelievably gross. Weddings, Melissa Schiff and Robert D. Soros. That's George Soros' son. Melissa Robin Schiff, the daughter of Marlene S. Schiff of New York, and the late Dr. Haskell Schiff was married May 5th to Robert Daniel Soros, the son of George Soros, both of New York Rabbi Dr. David Posner. Performed the ceremony at Temple Emmanuel in New York. So all these people is what I'm trying to show you. They're all in the same gene pool. They're all together. Is Melissa Schiff related to Adam Schiff? What are the chances? Follow the wives. These people are stupid. That's what I'm trying to get to you, okay? That all these people are integrated. It's very weird. Syrian war cost Americans $13 billion a year. Trump just pulled our troops out of Syria. Where can that $13 billion go now? And then we see the meme here. Very funny stuff. Let's build that wall, please. Please. I would love it. That's what we need to see. I also wanted to show you this. More important stuff. So this is from a good guy that you should follow on Twitter. His name is Methods M2M Madness. It says, this is one of two. In regards to Q2629 D-Day. D-Day, they designate the day and hour of the operation. When the day and hour have not yet been determined or where secrecy is essential, planning papers for large-scale operations are made up in detail long before specific dates are set. So, reminder of what D-Day is militarily. This is from HN. The term D-Day and H-hour are used for the day and hour on which a combat attack or operation is to be initiated. They designate the day and hour of the operation when the day and hour have not yet been determined or where secrecy is essential. For a given operation, the same D-Day and H-hour apply for all units participating in it. When used in combination with numbers and plus or minus signs, these terms indicate the point of the time preceding or following a specific action. Thus, H3 means 3 hours before H-hour, and D plus 3 means 3 days after D-Day. By extension, H plus 75 minutes is used for H-hour plus 1 hour and 15 minutes. Planning papers for large-scale operations are made up in the detail long before specific dates are set. Thus, orders are issued for the various steps to be carried out on D-Day or H-hour, minus or plus a certain number of days, hours, or minutes. At the appropriate time, a subsequent order is issued that states the actual day and times. So, are we seeing a furthermore of a countdown? D-Day, Patriots, we will have our country back. So, D-Day. Obviously, there's going to be hours, minutes, days. Within all of this, if you figured out how to decode this, I kind of gave it to you. Hopefully, you can figure out when is the actual D-Day, which is crazy. The D-Day wiki statement, they designate the day and hour of the operations when the day and hour have not yet been determined or where secrecy is essential. Sounds a lot like a placeholder for future events, which reminds me of Q's placeholder posts. We can check these out right here. Placeholder, branch terminations, placeholder, leaks, acts of treason plus supporting articles, foreign acts, Five Eyes, the FISA, declassification to the general public, the OIG reports all through FBI, DOJ, executive branches, foreign assets or foreign assistance, foreign inserts, FISA abuse, umbrella spy, and targeting. So, guys, are things going to come out about all of those in particularly? That would be pretty cool. And I'm going to leave you with this real quick. It says, they say he colluded with Russia. They say he would crash the economy. They say he'd go to war with North Korea. They're saying he will do the same in Iran. They even said he'd destroy the whole world. People of America, it's time to turn them off. U.S. military preparing for a full withdrawal of forces from northern Syria. And the Mockingbirds have managed to find out this is a bad thing. Leaves Russia unchallenged. Trump is bad because he will not sacrifice our sons and daughters and will not start a war with nuclear superpower. The media is presently the gravest threat to the world peace. And I've been saying that, guys, for a long time. Got to turn them off. The Mockingbird media is what keeps people asleep. With that being said, my friends, if you found this informative and you enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel. Please go ahead and follow me on Twitter also at True Reporting. And don't forget to leave a like. Guys, you can donate to this podcast. You can donate to this channel by going to my Patreon or my PayPal in the description box below. We are about to see a huge upgrade in this channel. I am getting everything together as we speak it's going to be really nice, guys. Very nice. Also, I will be doing a live stream tonight, a call-in show. If you are interested in joining us, you can. Just click that blue bell to get notifications, so when I go live, you'll know. And my friends, my fellow digital soldiers, I will talk to you very soon. Be kind to one another, love one another, and have a great afternoon. We'll see you later. Bye.